All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where of course you subscribe for the daily doings, everything going on in the cryptocurrency space today. Who is going to take us to 170,000 subscribers? Who's going to push us over to 170,000? Let me know in the comments. Our top story is this. Bitcoin whale numbers have just hit a 2-year high as investorship mirrors 2016 halving. So new data is in. This is courtesy of Glassnode. You're familiar with Glassnode. Pioneering on-chain market analysis, advanced charts, data, insights for investors in Bitcoin and digital assets in general. Let's go over to their actual official story. They've released weekly on-chain reports. Let's scroll down to the part that we care about. Number of Bitcoin whales has hit the highest point in over 2 years as investors accumulate. And we have proof. The number of whales, i.e. entities with at least 1,000 BTC, increased leading up to last month's market crash, accelerated during and after the crash. This suggests that larger market players are accumulating Bitcoin, providing an optimistic sign. And we have data on this for the past 5 years. So you can see that the number of whales during accumulation phase, we've not reached this level since late 2015. And you can see here back in 2016, the whales, 1,000 Bitcoin or more, heavy accumulation. And this number just decreased as we got closer to the eventual top. It was pretty low near the top and just got lower during the actual price capitulation. And you can see since then, whales have been in a series of accumulation, and this number, seemingly is mirroring all the way over here. The number of whales hasn't reached this level since the top of the market in late 2017. The last time we saw this number of whales during an acceleration phase was early 2016. So hopefully you're able to wrap your mind around this data. This is another chart really emphasizing the halvings. So whales tend to accumulate Bitcoin before supply decreases as a result of the halving events. And you can see that again right here. This trend implies that despite an uncertain market environment, whales remain confident that now is a good time to accumulate Bitcoin, suggesting that they believe there is further room for growth. Now, to go along with this story, we're not just seeing, this anonymous, we're seeing the on-chain data, which is just anonymous wallets. But besides that, we actually have people coming out saying this. Former Goldman Sachs executive moves a large portion of his portfolio to Bitcoin. Well, just how much? Renowned former Goldman Sachs fund manager Raoul Pal moves 25% of his investment portfolio to Bitcoin. Furthermore, Paul warned that the near future, talking about global markets, will see the greatest number of insolvencies in all of history. To protect himself during this current crisis, Paul is shifting a significant part of his portfolio to Bitcoin. And specifically, he said this. Of the liquid net cash that I have available, my allocation that I want to be in for the next 12 months probably, maybe longer, is 25% Bitcoin, 25% gold, 25% cash, and 25% trading opportunity. And more than that, let's actually listen to Raoul Pal himself talk directly. Like you guys know that he has this site, Real Vision, and they basically it's a subscription service where they actually talk about traditional finance in a Netflix type way, on-demand financial website. And let's actually hear him talk about Bitcoin. So keep in mind, his audience isn't Bitcoiners, not crypto people like you and me. His audience is people who might not even know about Bitcoin really, and that's who he's talking to and relating his cryptocurrency talk to the traditional financial market. Let's watch. Unlock premium content. Well, like I said, you have to be a subscriber to this channel to really get the full value. I actually have access to this. Well, actually, I just found it publicly online. It's a 41-minute speech on, basically his thoughts going forward on a macro level. And about 30 minutes into it, he relates it back to Bitcoin and digital currencies. So this is him speaking to his audience of hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Obviously, this guy, well respected. Watch.
And then after that, it's all about Bitcoin for me. I've talked a lot about it. I'm extraordinarily bullish, and I think it provides a lot of answers. And Bitcoin is short form for the entire digital space that's coming, the blockchain, crypto, the new way of doing things. It is incredibly important because the world's biggest hive mind is building out an extraordinary financial system in front of our eyes. Many of you don't know it. You're still debating whether Bitcoin's real or not, but there's literally hundreds of thousands of people and billions of dollars of capital racing to build a new system, whether it's a payments mechanism, a storage mechanism, a custody mechanism, a verification mechanism. I mean, it's all coming. And there's going to be a number of different solutions, but Bitcoin is the easiest way to play it. And I think Bitcoin has all the attributes of the hardest currency on earth. And even better, the central banks are telling me I'm going to be right. So I really do believe that Bitcoin is a bet, and I think gold may have a 3 to 5x upside, and that's great. It will protect your purchasing power. It does its job. It always has. Bitcoin may make you rich. And so, yes, it's much more volatile, and I don't think it's going to go to zero. Could it fall another 50% from there? Sure. But where's it going? Well, I think it goes to $100,000 and eventually on to $1 million and beyond that. That's the kind of upside I've never seen from any asset class ever, and Bitcoin already is the best performing asset class in all recorded history. I know many of you are cynics, and I don't care, because there's room for all of us. There's plenty of room in gold.
All right, let's all like the video. That helps support this guy and that helps get this information out there to as many people as possible. In other news, and all the news today, incredibly bullish for Bitcoin, Canada's largest stock exchange has started trading fully regulated Bitcoin funds. For more on this, let's head on over to Tyler Winklevoss, because he's a part of it. The Bitcoin Fund just launched on the Toronto Stock Exchange. This is the first public Bitcoin fund listed on a major global stock exchange. Proud that Gemini was selected as the custodian for this fund. Congrats to 3iQ Corp for making history, and 3iQ Corp is Canada's leading digital asset fund manager. And just a little bit more information. The Toronto Stock Exchange is the largest stock exchange in Canada with more than 97 billion in monthly trades. Regulatory negotiations for this took 3 years. 3iQ spent 3 years in negotiations with the Ontario Securities Commission before they approved this fund. So if you feel like you've been hearing about this for a while, it's because this has been in the works and this just got approved. But this is what we're seeing a lot in the space. It takes time, but it's trending towards a crypto-centric future. Final piece of news today, and perhaps this is the most interesting, further proof that big money is getting involved. New York power plant sells 30% of its Bitcoin mining hash rate to institutional buyers. So this New York power plant, its business model has always been, we're going to sell some of our hash rate to people who can buy it. So the Greenwich Generation, an upstate New York power plant that's using proprietary facilities to mine Bitcoin, has sold 30% to institutional buyers. The firm said in an announcement Friday that the deal brokered by BitOda Digital preceded the sale of 100,000 terahashes per second of Bitcoin mining power to undisclosed buyers consisting of hedge funds and family offices. So this part in green is the most interesting to me. This really shows where the quote-unquote smart money is at. And just so you know, the sale of these contracts allows institutional buyers to get exposure to Bitcoin mining without having to go through the process of purchasing and setting up equipment. At the Bitcoin network's current mining level, 1 terahash per second of computing power would enable the production of this many Bitcoin in a day. As such, the deal would give buyers of daily yield about 1.8 Bitcoin or 13,000 worth. So just so you know, this is the kind of returns that this family office is getting. It's all trending towards a crypto-centric future. That is it for me today, my friends. My name is Aaron. Make sure you like the video because I know you got value, and share it with a friend. Everybody tweet, text this video to a friend. Say, hey, if Bitcoin's going to zero, if cryptocurrency doesn't have a future, what about all this? And see what they say. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.